Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Good evening. It is Saturday night, which means it's time for some Cup Series action. And for a change, we actually have a, albeit former, Cup Series car. Tonight, it's the whoops, hey, that's not what I want. It's not those cars. It's the Gen 4s at Bumpy Daytona 2008 scan. It's going to be an interesting one tonight. We got a lot of fast cars, a handful of them at least. All of them are fast on the boards tonight, and we're going to have an interesting race, to say the least. It's going to be a fun one. Bumpy Daytona, if you've never driven it, if you've never experienced it, it is a thing to behold. As we watch, let's actually get a look at Bumpy Daytona and the cars we will be driving tonight. These are the Gen 4 Super Speedway variant cars. There are two Gen 4 cars available. There's the Monte Carlo SS, as you can see on track here, with the 5 of Derek Hilker and the 15 of Cameron Romano in that Michael Waltrip throwback for Romano, and the kind of looks like Earnhardt Jr.'s old baseball car with a Derek Hilker spin on it for Hilker. Kind of a fun throwback livery, but those are both the Monte Carlos. Zach Davidson also in the Monte Carlo. Brian Moore in the Monte Carlo as well. What car is Chris Hood in? Far Chase. He's also in the Monte Carlo. And so am I. So the other car, since you won't get to see it yet, is the Ford Taurus. The Monte Carlo, of course, the more popular of the two. Aerodynamically pretty much the same. However, this will be a perfect time. Let's go on board with the 5-car of Hilker. You can see how much these bumps really pitch you around. But I'm going to give you an even better look at it for what it's like for these drivers who are going to be hammering around here tonight. It's an 80-lap feature, 4 sets of tires, 2 fast repairs. Since it is a super speedway, we give everybody an extra tonight, as odds of getting caught up in something that is not your fault is, we'll say, high. But let's get back to the live shot here as they come through turn 4. And let's go back out to the TV2 camera so we can watch these drivers. So, tonight on the grid, we have a handful of them. Brian Moore making laps in a wounded number 10 car. No idea what he's doing. He's been out on track like that for a lap or two. Yep, no clue. As I said, Hilker and Romano battling it out for a little bit of practicing in the draft. Chris Hood sitting patiently on pit road. And that's my car. And then, of course, Zach Davidson in the Skull Bandit tribute. I like it. So to show you guys what this is like, I'm going to do something I've never done before here on the CSC channel. Welcome into my live cam. Hello. I don't usually do this because it doesn't usually matter. But tonight, it matters because getting to see this with the bumps will give you a big idea of how these cars handle. Now keep in mind, let's go through the black box options here. Well, I cannot do in-car stuff. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into the car. Oh, and there Moore just finally blew his up. So keep in mind, my force feedback is very, very low right now. 14.0. So what we're going to do, this is where I would normally run, is somewhere in the, we'll say 14 to 17 range. So I'm going to turn it up to the higher of those two, just to kind of exaggerate it a little bit, so you guys can see it easier on camera. This will,
I was inside, Brian.
This will pitch you around and make you tired as all get out by the end of it. Let's see if I can catch some of the drafters coming around the track here. Whoa! Oh my God! Hilker absolutely annihilating me. Let's reset and try that again. That was not a good example of that. Alright, here we go. black flags. It's all good, Derek. No worries. You know what? I'm not going to do it to him. All right. So, as we get down into the corner here, I'm going to try to hold this wheel as steady as I can. You see just how much it jumps around. And that's only at 170. When you get in the draft 180, whoa, hey, yeah, right there's another big one. When you get into the draft at 180, 190, and these cars start really pitching around and the downforce is off of the front of the car, these things will jump even harder than that. Now, there is a smoother line up here towards the top of the racetrack, but it is slower. No, you don't. Yes, he did. Yeah, that broke the car. Dang it, Cameron. Come on, man. And as you can see by the relative down here, I'm sorry. Hey, I was about to black flag you, I'll have you know. I tried to black flag you with a drive-thru. But it's like, hey, you can only do that in a race session. But yes, as you can see down there, 49-second lap times are in the draft. 51-second lap times are out of the draft. So Moore and Hood have not put a lap in the draft yet. 49 seconds are at least a 2-car draft. Sometimes 3. Losing the draft will mean doom tonight. Well, let's show you what it's like to run right up on the wall here, which you may have to do at times. You can see how much the wheel judders in your hand. Whoa, yep, right. That was, you can see all the little bumps and jumps on this track are really, really hard to handle. This is all just to keep it going straight, mind you. And it's best not to fight it, because it will bite you. So you're stuck doing this like, whoa, yep, like that one right there. That's a huge one. Doesn't seem like much, but man, after an hour of this, your arms are worn out. You are tired, you are ready for some help. And it just never stops. You have to deal with this the entire race. It is punishing, it is hard. It's a heck of a lot of fun though. Let's run right near down here on the apron where the bumps are the worst. This lap not so bad. Oh, a little bit. Sometimes you'll get lucky and your car will be at just the right speed and you'll coast through them, but I promise you it will not be that way all night. Every now and then, though, you'll get a smooth corner and it is just absolute bliss. And we got 20 seconds left in this qualifying set. Yeah, right there you can see the wheel jerk out of my hands real bad. Things are a nightmare. Oh, the other thing these cars will do if you try to get them, if you push them hard enough. Mine didn't do it that time. The blowover can happen in these cars. You can get blowovers. So if we get a car turned around going backwards, it can pick up and take flight. So that will be fun to watch. That's all for the real-life camera for tonight, though. No point in the rest of it, as I will not be running this race. So, we are going to have 5 cars on the grid tonight. Unfortunately, it's we were hoping to get a little more on this one, but it'll still be a fun race nonetheless. It's kind of a shame, because this is a fun race when you get, 15, 20 people in it. Oh my god, these are fun. They're such a good laugh. They are quick, they are chaotic, they're just a good time in general. Let's check out some of our qualifiers here. There goes Cameron Romano pulling off in that Michael Waltrip Napa Auto Parts car. Brian Moore in the Martin Truex Jr. scheme. That number 10 Bass Pro Shops Tracker Bass Boats machine. All
Which
cars.
one of you guys are coming in second?
Uh-oh. Cameron Romano reset. Interesting. Only 2 cars on track right now. Hilker, Hood, and Davidson sitting in pit road. We'll have to see if they decide to take qualifying laps or take their lumps and start in the back. Let's get our leaderboard up here so we can keep tabs on these qualifiers. Last night was less of an issue since we were doing a heat race, but tonight we are going to have a leaderboard for qualifying. Here comes more. Trick with these cars, keep them on the yellow line. Don't variate from it, or deviate from it, I should say. The closer you stay to that yellow line the whole way down the track, the faster your lap time becomes. There isn't really a thing to going anywhere outside of these tracks since you're pretty much flat out the whole time. There's no benefit of the momentum swing like you would have on an intermediate. As Moore makes his lap around here, he's going to come around to the... Did he already set a lap time? Not yet. He'll be coming through the tri-oval now. Let's see what he puts up on the board. Moore, first to set a time. Of course, straight to the pole. Does not tell me what his lap time was. 51.767. Derek, 2 fast repairs, 4 sets of tires, I believe. Let me verify that real quick. No, or yes. You have 5 sets total, including the ones you start on. So you have 4 sets in the pits, 2 fast repairs, and 75% fuel. Moore is still the only driver to set a qualifying lap. Let's check and see if there's anybody else on track. Just Cameron Romano, as he will come through and set his first qualifying lap. Romano goes to first. He'll sit on the pole now. Moore, 0.07 of a second behind. And his second lap, no better, I'm afraid. Actually, 0.2 of a second. Much, much slower than Romano. Oh, no! 0.2 faster. 0.2 faster. I read that backwards.
Derek says thanks.
Anytime. Happy to help. Let's see if Romano can take it back. That was 0.2 faster for Moore on that second lap. The way the leaderboard shows, it's a little bit odd, so it took me a minute to, and it didn't update right off the bat either, so I thought it's kind of an odd way to read. Let's see, how'd he do? Oh, that'll put Romano back to the lead, I believe. Yes, 300, almost 0.04 of a second faster, which is light years at a super speedway. Good qualifying set. Any other cars on track? No. Entries. They have all ended their qualifying session. So those would be the only 2 qualifiers. Anyone with any qualms if I skip to next, considering everybody has finished?
See, just extend it to the race at this point. We're all here. We all want to race.
Well, that's what I mean. You guys cool if I jump forward then? I don't want to cut anybody's quali off, but I think everybody's done.
Go for it.
All right, we're going to go ahead and just skip and advance to the next session. Everybody has, of course, completed their qualifying runs, so...
I guess Derek will be back, so don't skip the warm-up yet. He's going to inform us when he's good.
Copy that. Probably not a bad time. Take a bathroom break if you need it, because after this you ain't going to have the time, so... All right. Well, we'll have to see.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, since Gary Greenlee is not here due to personal matters, I will be doing the
Copy that, Cameron.
Stuff. Be fast, be quiet, don't yell at each other. Yeah, I don't got to say that for a lot of people because a lot of people can be able to do these not here, but we don't talk about it. Have fun. Go fast. Don't bomb in turn 1. I'm looking at you, Jack Davidson. Don't turn each other. I'm looking at you, Derek Hackworth. And that's all. Have fun, go fast, and when we get on track, let me hear them engines roar.
Since we're waiting on Derek, more than likely, probably just a quick restroom break or something like that. Maybe a last minute refill on water or something. That's why we have this couple minute driver's warm-up session for these drivers. We just want to make sure everybody has a valid, setup just to be safe.
Alright, so the race is starting. Derek got back.
Copy that. I was just out driving for the fun. Since nobody else was doing, I may as well give you guys something to watch. How fast did I... Oh, I cut it off before I could see it. Darn. Wait for all of our drivers to get on the grid here, and we will give them the command. Oops. Waiting on Romano. I am live, right? Yes. Okay, we're good. Make sure I had the live feed, not a delayed feed. It's always the worry when you're broadcasting race. All right, drivers, welcome to Daytona. Bumpy Daytona, no less. Good luck, go fast, don't die. And gentlemen, start your engines!
I'm here so I don't get fined.
Alrighty. Make sure I'm broadcasting on race control. Alright, let's go through your starting lineup. There will only be one pace lap, as a super speedway does not need more than that. Your pole sitter, and the number 15 Napa Auto Parts Monte Carlo, Cameron Romano. To his outside, in the number 10 Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats Chevy Monte Carlo, that is Brian Moore. Inside row 2, the tribute to Mr. September himself, Harry Gant, in the Skull Bandit Chevy Monte Carlo. That is number 19, Zach Davidson. Outside row 2, in that Tony Stewart tribute car, the number 13 Home Depot Chevy Monte Carlo. That is last night's winner, Chris Hood. And starting last, but certainly not least, in the number 5 Dale Jr. Baseball Tribute W Energy Chevy Monte Carlo, that is Derek Hilker. And that'll be your starting lineup for tonight's race here at Daytona. Whoops. I want that back on. All right. As our drivers are going to get gridded up here. Remember, this is a drafting track. Expect some big wrecks and some close action. Our drivers are going to come off of turn 4. Pace car. Going to hang that left turn into the garage, into the pit road. And green flag is out. We're away and racing here at Daytona. 15 of Romano, 19 of Davidson, and 5 of Hilker pushing on the inside. 10 of Moore going to drop down from the top row. 4 cars in a line. Hood trying to find an open space so he doesn't fall out of the draft. Davidson going to go with him. Hilker going to try to catch the 15 on the low side and keep that train going. Watch that outside line. They may have fewer cars, but they've got way more proximity, which is going to be better for the draft. 15 jumps high, 3 cars on the outside now. Watch where Hood's going to go. Hood drops low, 19 going high. He, well, thought about it, jumps out again. Whoa, keep it off the wall. Woohoo, that was close for Davidson. 19 to the point, he's going to lead lap 1. Davidson, Romano, Hilker, Hood, and more. How things can change. Almost a full invert of the running order from the last time they entered turn 1. Don't want the pace car. We want the racers. 19 of Davidson still leading, but he's on his own on the bottom through turn 1 and 2. Oh, and he gets abandoned by the 13, who's going to try to shoot the middle with the momentum off of turn 2. Expect him to drop down in front of the 19. And just like that, the 19 from the point to second to last in just 1 corner. Romano now to the lead. Hood second. Hilker third. Davidson now taking third. Hilker to fourth. This is going to be an all-night shuffleboard game, if I'm guessing. Whoa, Hood down onto the apron. Where are you going? What on earth is he doing down there? 3 wide. My goodness, these guys are driving like it's 2 to go. We're only lap 3. 3 cars on the bottom now. Hood leading, Moore and Hilker. Davidson hung out to dry on the high side, although he's going to try to pick up Romano and keep that outside lane rolling. Holy mackerel, these guys really want it bad. They have 2 fast repairs, so they do have a little bit of life to play with right now, but I get the feeling this might be the end of the game of shuffleboard here if the 5 car can clear that 15. Although right now, 2 car breakaway at the front, 13 of Hood and 10 of Moore, actually getting a little bit of a gap there. But Romano seems to be catching the draft. I think that he's going to make that a 3-car party at the front now. But Romano running out of the groove a little bit, taking that high lane, keeping the air on the nose of that vehicle. He's not been running close enough to have overheating problems yet. Almost looked like he was poking his nose for a little bit of air. Whoa, Moore going to jump out to the high side. Thinks he's got enough to make a run on the 13. Side by side into 3. Moore with the advantage, but Hood with the push, and here comes Hilker on the high side. Davidson just in cruise control at the back of the field right now. I don't hate that strategy. Sit and wait with only 5 cars. Your odds of making it through a big wreck are a lot higher. He's probably just going to try to sit back there, save some fuel, and save his equipment for the end. 13 of Hood, your leader. 10 of Moore seems to have a happy spot there in second place, pushing that number 13 car. Seems comfortable riding in that second spot as all 5 cars finally get into a single file line. Only took them 5 laps. I'm surprised they didn't jump down way soon. Well, I take it back. Here they go again. I really didn't expect this much side-by-side action tonight with only 5 cars. I figured they'd settle into an orderly line and at least try to put some laps away, but these guys have no shame. Now Moore back to the back of the pack and Hilker to the front. My goodness. 19 of Davidson's trying to work the high side, jumps down actually in front of the 13 of Hood. He's going to try to catch the draft off the 5 and 15 cars and catch it up, making a new 3-car party up front. Hood, who just led 2 laps ago, back to 4th now. It's like watching a game of musical chairs. 5 Chevy Monte Carlos. Whoa! Big step out from all 5 drivers. Looked like everybody wanted to go high. Nobody wanted the low lane. Hilker gets pinned down. Here comes Romano on the high side. He's going to jump down. 13 hung out to dry, but Moore's going to pick him up. Whoa! Almost contact between the 5 and the 13. 5 got loose off of a bump. Oh my goodness, this is some... For only 5 cars, these guys are putting on a show. Man, can you imagine this with 20? That'd be a wild ride. Whoever seems to be leading actually seems to be at a disadvantage at the moment. With the aero block they basically get slowed up and allows the other cars to get a big run on them. Romano to the point now. Hilker pushing. Hood in the sandwich. 10 car trying to hold the draft, and the 19 sitting in cruise control still. You better be careful not to lose that draft sitting that far back into the pack. You lose the draft here, you are done. Hilker gets hung out to dry on that bottom lane. 19 of Davidson going to pick him up. Whoa, Chris Hood. Oh, and no, big crash, big crash, big crash. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Hood going to be your leader at the start-finish line. Romano running second. Davidson third. He got away without damage on that one. 5 of Hilker, 10 of Moore going to come down pit road. I am guessing Moore has the meatball. No, he does not. That car not mortally wounded. Let's see if he takes a fast repair here. Chase. Rear chase. He does. Moore takes a fast repair. He's going to take one of his four sets of Goodyear tires sitting in the pits, and more than likely a full fresh tank of fuel. 5 car, left front damage. Other 3 competitors clean as a whistle. Moore is off of pit road and down and away. TV2. That was some awesome action from our drivers in the first 8 laps. That's 1/10 of the race down already. Brian Moore in the chat was riding that Dente, or was riding the Dente. Well, I say you had a heck of a run there, but it looked like that one just got away from you a little bit. Let's go back while our drivers get caught up on this. Here's where all the trouble started. Let's see what triggered all of this. 13 of Hood goes down. I think what happens here, the 10 car just gets a little bit loose off the, yep, that's definitely what happened to it. Moore just got a little bit too loose coming off of the bumps on 4 and just got him into that outside wall. Unfortunate to see it, but can't say it's the first time we've seen that happen. Really? Davidson going to be the first off pit road. Did not get to see what he took there. Davidson with a gas and go only. Okay. Chris Hood sitting on pit road. Not sure. Oh, he might be. I think Hood might be fixing damage. No, he's still sitting on pit road. That was fun. It really was. What happened, Chris? Why are you still on pit road? Are you fixing damage? 6 minutes of damage? Holy mackerel. Do you have a fast repair to use? Outside wall? Not going to try to fix the... Are you just trying to get as much of it as you can fixed, or are you going to take a fastie? TV2. I didn't see you catch the outside wall there. No fastie? Just going to try to fix it up bit by bit, save them for the big wrecks? Can't say I hate that play. Smart racing to not burn them up early. Amazingly, your tail-end driver during all of that, Davidson, has come out in the front after this. He is now leading the race. Romano, your previous leader, running second. Hood still on pit road getting damage fixed. There he finally pulls away after getting as much damage as he can repaired. I don't see any damage on that 13 car. Must be suspension or toe damage, because that car does not look all that bad. Yeah. No visible damage.
I'm being informed that there was a choose rule. Where do we choose at? Sorry.
Oh, usually choose rule starts in the restart zone and goes, you have to make one clear choice from the restart zone to the to the start finish line, and at the start finish line you're either low or high. Usually we just dictate by apron or up against the wall.
Alright, I'm sorry, I totally forgot about that.
If I'm perfectly honest, so did I. I was covering Chris's pit road troubles, and I forgot about the shoes, so.
You want to hit me with an EOL just so that way we can stay consistent with it.
Oops. My bad. Cameron beat me to it. Alright. So that'll put Davidson to the outside end of the line. And Hood is going to catch the field just in time. 15 actually with a little bit of rear bumper damage there. I just now noticed that. Alright. 5 cars still in it. Inside line going to be Hilker, Moore, Davidson. Outside line going to be Romano and Hood. Inside, it's basically going to be drivers versus series owners, as the inside line is all competitors, and the outside line are the other 2 server owners. Interesting mix. Davidson slow to fire off the restart. Hopefully he does not lose that draft. Hilker leads Moore with that freshly repaired car second. 15 car running third. 13 fourth. Davidson maybe waiting. He might have laid back out of that one on purpose to get a big, big run coming out of 4. Let's watch and see what that 19 car has in store. It's either that or he's going to go right back to his old ways. Cruise about a half a second behind the pack and avoid the carnage. Moore gets hung out to dry as the 5 jumps up with Cameron and Chris. Derek going to take the lead as Brian tries to follow in behind him. Whoa! Hood drops down to the bottom of the track. Big jump there. Davidson has caught the field, so no worries about him losing the draft here, as all 5 cars finally start to settle into a little bit more of an orderly line. Whoa! Got a serpentine up here at the front as Romano and Hilker go side by side. This is not going to work out very well for Romano unless he gets somebody to go with him. And it doesn't look like anybody's going to. That'll send Romano more than likely all the way to the back of the field, or at least back to 4th. Davidson, though, going to try to pick him up on the high side. Hilker, your leader. Hood now 2nd, Moore 3rd, Romano 4th, and Zach Davidson 5th. The race seems to maybe calm down just a touch. Hood remarkably doing very well with that heavily damaged vehicle. Surprising that he has that much damage on that car and it's still going that fast. Not sure what damage he has, but apparently it is not affecting the performance of that Chevrolet. Davidson definitely laying back out of that right now. He does not seem to be pushing that car to its maximum. My guess is by design. Hilker struggling with the bumps through the corners here at Daytona. This is bumpy Daytona, as I've said before, and it seems to be bumping that 5 car all over the track. Battle for 3rd. Romano and Moore. Romano going to get the best of him. Moore back to 4th. Davidson now caught the field again. He's going to swing high. Is he going to try to make a run on the 10 car? Yes, he is. Here comes Zach Davidson. Davidson going to hope somebody jumps to that high side going down the backstretch. Gets his wish. Romano. Well, maybe not. Kind of this weird pattern down the backstretch. Nobody seems to know where they want to go. Actually looks to be the benefit of... And no, we need more now. As Davidson has no help, he's going to have to drop back in behind the 10, and those 2 are going to have to work together to catch the front 3. As long as they have a drafting partner, they won't be completely out of it. But 3 cars are definitely better than 2. Hilker's still your leader, but here comes Chris Hood. Hood going to try to make a jump on the outside. Whoa! Hood into the wall. Keep it together. Woo! Scary moment from the 13 there. Almost takes that car around. He's going to fall in, tail end of the line. Too wide they go down the backstretch. Romano all on his lonesome again. Wants to go on that high line and get to the point, but nobody giving him any assistance. This is more than likely going to open the door for Davidson to come all the way up to third. He's going to get under with Romano hung out to dry. That's going to drop Romano back to fourth. And we're back to exactly the way we started. 5, 10, 19 on the low line, 15, 13 on the high. All of that has been to get exactly where we started. Oh, super speedway. It is a big circle, and everything comes full circle. Always a interesting turn of events. I think they may have found a running order they like, because apparently this is the way they want to run right now. Kind of tight knit. 5 going to try to block the run of the top 2. Drops back down to the front. Whoa! Davidson going to jump up to the high line. Big move from the 19. He wants to be a part of that outside lane, and then Hilker's going to try to ride that wave. Throws a block, doesn't work. 19 drops low. Here comes Zach Davidson from the back, now up to third, pushing, trying to get to second. And with the 15 has no draft help, 13 too far back to really give him a push. That's probably going to work. 19 pushing hard. Whoa! Everybody drops in. Single file. Here we go. This is how you build up speed. 5 cars all linked up. They will give each other a little bit of grace right now. You're not going to see anybody putting bumpers to each other yet. These cars are a little bit squirrely, and not helped at all by Daytona's bumpy surface, of course. But even without that, they do not push very well. And outside of the 19 and 10 swap, we're back to that same running order once again. 15, 13 high. Oh, easy, don't lean on each other. Woo! My hand was on the caution button. I was ready. They ended up saving it. Man, this is some close racing. Hilker, the point, 2 by 2, the rest of the way back. It's very interesting. Whoa, Romano's going to jump to the low side. Hilker jumps high. They kind of all get stuck middle and hang Brian Moore out to dry this time. He's stuck on that low side with no help. This very interesting zipper method they seem to have working very well for them, if I'm perfectly honest. The question is, are we going to get enough green flag laps here to see a green flag pit cycle? And if so, who's going to come with who? Of course, everybody here in this league, there aren't really teams, per se. Everybody's pretty much friends with everybody, so there's not really groups of... Whoa! Woo! Good save, Zach Davidson. Almost loses the car from bad push for Moore. Gets it gathered up, and honestly, no change. He didn't even lose speed. That was amazing. But yeah, no manufacturer alliances. Everybody's running a Chevy. No team alliances, because there are no teams. No friends or enemies. Oh, Kevin Romano! Everybody keeps it gathered up. No caution. Woo, that was close. But there's no friendships here because everybody's friends, so there's not like groups, there's no teams, there's no manufacturers. I have no idea who's going to go with who if we get to a green flag stop. Because these guys will not want to come down on their own. That would be a waste. Immediately you're going to lose the field unless everybody pits solo. And that's going to make for a very weird race, as the 13 may be losing the pack here. Would better hope he can catch the draft off of that 10 car. Otherwise, he is going to be out to dry. I believe 13 car may have actually lost the draft. Yeah, he's got a little bit of front. Oh, maybe not. He's going to catch the draft. Wow, good driving from the 13 to keep that thing in the wake of whatever tail end car is there so that he does not lose the draft and he gets to stay with the pack. Great driving by the 13 car there. 10 car dropping way low off the surface. 15 now to the point. He finally got around the 5 car. 19 third. Oh, but here comes Hilker. He wants that lead back. 19 going to give him the push. 15 stuck on the low side. Nowhere to go but back. What a race this is turning out to be. 5 car, now 19 running second. Here comes more on the outside. The 2 DEI tribute cars outside of each other, gonna fall in line. Wowee. This is some great racing with only 5 drivers. I did not expect this much action on track tonight, and I am very happy to see it. This is a blast to watch. Big serpentines down the backstretch. Everybody swerving everywhere. Very interesting strategy watching these guys weave in and out of each other. But they're doing it and keeping it clean, so more power to them. Only 1 caution tonight for about 3 laps. Pretty minor incident. Easy, Brian. Don't push him bad. Woo-hoo! 10 car right up on the 19's business there. That could have ended badly, but luckily they kept their distance just enough. 19 gets hung out on the bottom. He's going to fall back to 4th. 15 car going to take 3rd. 13 car with that wounded front end, just trying to keep up with the draft. Don't think he's going to have much of anything left until he can get the damage on that machine fixed. Oh! More into the outside wall off of 4, or off of 2, excuse me. That's going to send him back with the 13 car. Easy, gentlemen. Woo! That was close. Man, that was almost a couple of wrecks right there. The 13 and the 10 almost got together. 15 and the 5 almost got together. That would have been big. 2 different incidents in 1 corner. 4 of the 5 cars involved. That would have been a very scary incident. Bottom side rolling. 15 stuck high. 5 car leading. 19 going to push. He's going to look underneath of the 5 car. 5 car closes the door on him, though. Nowhere to go. 15 back to the back of the pack. Hilker leading most of the laps here so far tonight. Davidson from the back to the front to the back to the front. Same thing with the rest of the competition. Hilker, the only one we've really not seen too far back into the pack yet. He's been back there once or twice, but not for long. These other drivers all seem to be pinballing just about everywhere you can imagine. Let's get back up with the leaders here a little bit, following the wrong side of the pack. 2 car breakaway at the front. 5 and 19, nose to tail pretty much. Maybe a car length or so between them. Don't want the pace car, no thank you. 4 cars working the bottom still. 15 going to try to look high on the 10 car. We know that 10 car has some kind of damage. We don't know how bad it is, though. 15's going to run that high banking and try to get a run off of the back. You can sometimes get a little bit of a momentum run on these cars if you go to the high side of the track on the exit of the corners and drive down the banking a little bit. You can sometimes get a little bit of a mile an hour or so speed boost off of that, which doesn't seem like all that much, but in drafting pack racing, everything matters. 19 out on his lonesome in the lead now, as the back 4 back here trying to have an accident with each other. Oh, don't look there, Derek. Oh! Woo-wee, that is getting close. Oh my goodness, these guys trying to have a wreck with each other. Don't wreck them yet, boys. Come on, you still got a long way to go. Lap 26, 19 all the way up against the fence. He's going to go all the way to the back of the pack again. 13 now to the point with that wounded Home Depot machine. Big old dent in the front bumper. Doesn't matter, he's still going to lead. 5 car actually, pushing him. But he's going to push him just enough to hang him out and drop down in front of the 15 with no room to spare. 15 car's got to have white paint on the bumper from the 5 car. That was close. 13 gets hung out to dry. Davidson going to pick him up. 10 car now back up to 3rd. We know for a fact the 13 and the 10 have some level of damage, and I believe the 15 might have a little bit as well. Rear bumper crinkled, and we know we got a little piece of the wall earlier on. Hilker and Davidson, the only 2 known clean cars that I'm aware of. And I don't know, they may even have some minor bump damage here and there. Holy mackerel. Oh, 15 Romano going to look outside. Hilker tried to throw the blocks, but just didn't have the mustard on it. 13 going to go high with Romano. And we're back to that same running order again. It just keeps coming back. 15 leads that time by, but it's 5-10-19 inside and 15-13 outside. I've seen this movie before. Well, there, the 13 finally swaps with the 19. Interesting, they both had the same ideas at opposite times. Whoa! Hood gets a little piece of that apron. Hilker blocking like a madman. Romano having absolutely none of it, says, I will take that bottom, thank you very much. It is the preferred line, but Romano with no pushing help. Moore's too far back, and Hood is too. 5-car actually has an assistance with the 19. And they're going to all fall in line. 5-19. Oh, no, here comes the 10 on the low side and the 19. Man, these guys never give up. I'm getting tired. Credit to them, though. This is a clean race. No big wrecks, no big cautions. They're putting on a show for us in good, clean, aggressive driving. If you're an iRacer and you're watching this, take notes. This is how you make aggressive, super speedway driving moves without wrecking your competitors. These guys are putting on a clinic right now. The only wreck we've had all night has been for one guy getting a little loose and tapping the wall and getting another guy in the process, which you're going to have a wreck or two, let's be honest. But that's, I mean, if that's the only wreck you've had in 30-some laps of super speedway racing, that is a good, clean night. Hilker, Romano, Davidson, Moore, and Hood. All very experienced iRacers. I've been racing with these guys for over a year or so now. Actually, might even be close to 2 years. Oh, Davidson gets a little piece of the wall. Finally gets a little bit of damage on that 19 car. Doesn't think that's going to be too serious, though. Just a little scuff of the bodywork. Doubt that's going to do anything more than scratch the paint on that Skull Bandit tribute. And all of these guys, very good, respectful racers. They all push super hard. Wow, Hood, big jump to the bottom. But they all race very hard, but very, very clean and honest. You will not catch any of these guys trying to do some shady stuff. At least not during the race. They will screw around, in practice and stuff. You got to have some fun somewhere, right? Davidson going to keep that 13 up with the pack here, getting behind him to help push him back up. 13, of course, wounded more than pretty much any other car on track. That nose cone damage has to be slowing him down a little bit. 5 of Hilker still on the point. He is not wanting to give this one up. He wants it bad. Hilker and Romano running 1-2. They are your championship points leaders right now. 1 point separates the two of them. Oh, as we have our first taker to pit road. 10 of Moore, nobody coming with him. This is going to be a bold strategy. I have to stay with the leaders here because I have to race control if there's a caution. But we're going to jump back and check on Moore periodically and see where he's going to come out. 15 of Romano almost out to that outside wall. 4 cars, diamond shape, nobody really pushing each other. He's got 4 tires. Oh, no, he's taking damage still, it looks like. There, he's down and away. 5 car, 13, 19, 15. 15 losing some time here. Oh, no, big wreck, big wreck, big wreck. Caution is out. Caution is out on the speedway. 19 of Davidson still opting to come down pit lane. He was already committed to it. That'll save Moore on the lead lap. With the cars coming to pit, I think somebody got confused there. Let's go back and rewatch what happened. I think what happened here, the 13 decided he was going to go to pit, and the 19 just did not know it. If we watch, the 13's going to probably get off of the gas here a little bit. Let's right on board with the 13 of Hood. Watch his speed. 178.7, 8. Yeah, already off the gas, down to 168 miles an hour. Davidson just never lifts. They get that gathered up pretty well. I'm impressed. But that was definitely, with several cars coming to pit road, I was not willing to risk people getting wrecked out there. Lap 33. My guess is Davidson might have had to come down for fuel, as he is pretty heavily wounded on that number 19 machine. He probably wasn't going to make another lap around. Pitting will just give him an end-of-line penalty, more than likely. Both of those drivers going to check up. More than likely, everybody going to come down here for fuel and tire. No gas. I had a hunch that's what... Oh, did you run out? Did you actually run out of gas? That's why Hood lifted. He actually ran it out of fuel. Unbelievable. These drivers getting all their money's worth. And this is going to pay off to the benefit of Brian Moore, who pitted that lap earlier, almost hung himself out to dry. Ends up he's actually going to get the best of it because of the wreck. All right, here come our 4 competitors down pit road. Romano going to take 4 tires. Davidson just going to take damage repair again. Hood going to take more damage repair as well. Sputtering, I had a hunch. And there goes Hilker. Did he take tires, or was that just a gas and go? Nope, that was 4 tires. Hood gets a fast repair. Davidson not going to. Going to try to fix that vehicle under the caution. We'll have to check back in with Mr. Davidson in a minute. See how much of that damage he can get repaired, as the right front heavily knocked off of that number 19 Skull Bandit. New leader, 10 car, Brian Moore. That DEI Tribute Tracker Bass Boats Bass Pro Shops machine. That 1 lap early pit saved him from the carnage and saved him from going a lap down. He would have definitely lost the draft off of that. But now with the way everything shakes out, Hilker second. Yeah, Romano third and Hood fourth. Davidson still sitting on pit road. Is it 2 to go or not?
Yes, it's 2 to go.
Choosing this time by then. Remember, start at the restart zone and make your decision 1 move, clear and concise by the start-finish line. Apron for the low side, up by the wall for the high. I will be watching. Now, we pretty much know where Moore's going. He wants that low line. So does Hilker going back in for fuel. Okay. Romano going to go high. And Hood's going to stay low. Hilker just going to fall to the end here, topping off with gasoline. And Davidson down and away. How much damage did he get fixed on that machine? Looks better. Certainly not fixed yet, but better. Hilker gets a gas top off here. He's going to have a little bit of an advantage fuel-wise on the leaders. Of course, up front, he probably burned the most fuel on that last run. The outside, not kind to the fuel economy game. Or the front of the pack, I should say. Not kind to the fuel economy game that is iRacing. You do not want to be out front when you're saving fuel, because you won't. That's just, yeah, that doesn't work. Davidson coming through the tri-oval here. He should catch the pack just as they go into turn 4. He's going to have to keep that hammer all the way down, though. Pace car now at the bus stop. Davidson hard through 1 and 2. He's going to catch that field, but only just. Front end of that car is definitely still a little beat up, I think. take a look at that front camera. Rear chase. Yeah, that's not going to be conducive to high-speed racing. We'll have to see how this car handles. He's hurting, for sure. B2, get back on with our leader here. Zach should fall in with the bottom row. He'll be the fourth car on the inside. Nobody went with Cam and Romano on that outside line. With only 5 cars, I'm not sure it matters too terribly much. 10 car. More jumps. Green flag's out. We're away in racing. Romano's going to lose a big time penalty here, basically, for starting on... Whoa, and he jumps down in. All right, good. Well-timed drop in there. As Hood's going to go around on the outside. Whoa, easy, Derek. Hood, now your leader. 15 Romano pushing. Hilker going to run third right now. 13's... I'll tell you what, these guys are all over the track. It is amazing to watch these guys dart around. As somebody who does super speedway racing, this is not how you would usually drive, but these Gen 4s really bringing out the competitiveness in these drivers. 13 Hood's going to get hung out on the high side. He'll have to drop back into that 4th position if he decides to. He may keep trying to battle it out. Well, 19's going to go with him here. And then changes his mind. 13's going to get stuck out again. 15 got a big push. Romano with 3 or 4 car links, but that's actually a bad thing because now all the other drivers have a draft and he's got nothing but air to push. See the closing speed on these drivers. And you definitely don't want to bump draft at that speed. These won't take that hit like the next gen will. Next gen, you can bump draft at almost 6 or 7 mile an hour closing speed and you can still hang on to it. Gen 4s, not so much. See, we'll try a couple new camera angles here, see what kind of interesting looks we can get. You really see the suspension working. Let's go on board here real quick with Romano as he goes down into turns 3 and 4. We're going to go to his left rear suspension camera. Watch the suspension on this car work. He ran the higher line that time. You can see how much these cars bounce around, though. It really is hard on these cars. Let's drop back with Brian Moore now. Let's see, one of these drivers has to try the bottom line here. I'll stay back with Davidson, actually, see who drops low. Hood gonna drop low. Nope, goes back high. Uh-oh. Ooh. That was close. Almost an incident between 15 and 13 there. That would have been really bad. Uh-oh. 13 a Hood keeps it off the wall. Good save. Davidson has officially lost the draft in that wounded number 19. He's going to be hoping for a caution because at this point, he is out to dry. Surprised he did not take a fastie there. We've hit the halfway point of this race. Right there, you can really see the back of that 5 car bouncing. Four cars in the mix. They finally decided to settle down for a straightaway as the sun... Whoa, my goodness, the sun! How much brighter do you need it? Holy mackerel. The sun comes out at Daytona. And man, is it bright. Somebody call the Beatles. And just as soon as it's here, it's gone again, back to the shade. Sure, the drivers will not mind that. The sun glare, of course, never a preferred thing when you're racing. Oh, and there it comes back again. Holy mackerel, did that brighten up a ton with the sunshine. Wow-wee. Five, 10, 13, 15, running in numerical order. Even 19 of Davidson, he comes down for his fast repair. He lost the draft and decided it was time to fix that car up. He'll be wishing he would have done that under yellow. However, all it's going to take is one yellow flag. He'll get the lucky dog and get back onto that lead lap. Also, I'm sure he probably took at least some gas, so that may or may not get him at least closer to the end. 4 cars, though, under a blanket. Whoa. Hilker with a bobble. Spooked the 13. 13 going to drop way low. 5 and 13 both hit the apron. They keep it gathered up. Easy, Brian. Uh-oh. Oh, he was on the grass. Woo! That was close. Somebody's going to have to check with Chris Hood and see what he's got the deck height set out on that lawnmower. Might need some fresh blades after that one. Holy mackerel. That was close. And very appropriately, the DEI tribute cars 1, 2, and 3 at the moment. 15, the 5, and the 10. All of those different DEI tribute vehicles and showing their super speedway lineage here for sure. Davidson not far off of going 1 lap down if he loses it. Nope, Hilker to the high side. Everybody else stays low. Oh, maybe not. Easy, Brian. Brian very, very close there in that 10 car to the 15's rear bumper and pinned down heavily by the 5. He was in the rocking chair, and that is not where you want to be on bumpy Daytona. All it takes is 1 bump to pitch you up just a little bit, and you will take out the 5 car and have no control over it. I know if I'm driving where the 10 just was is where I don't want to be. I prefer the lower line here, but I like a half a car length over my out my right side to make sure if I hit a bump, I don't go up and hit them. 10 car back to the point again. 15 challenging on the high side. He's not going to give it up. 5 car's going to give him a push, but 13's giving it to the 10. Woo-wee. These guys not giving up. 15, 5, 10, 13. How far up the road is Zach Davidson? Far enough. He's maintaining at least some level of distance to him. They will eventually catch him, but all of the jostling and fighting they're doing is buying the 19 more time.
My screen just went black for like 2 seconds coming across the line like that. Holy crap.
Brano apparently having a little bit of a quick blink moment there where he lost the game's visual inputs. That's always scary. Still managed to keep that car gathered up. Well done. Good driving. One of the issues of simulator racing is, of course, the connection problems and load it takes on your PC. This game not a technically, an easy technical game to run, for sure. Whoa! Woo! 15 got a little loose off the push from the 13 there, but they kept it gathered up. Right there's your gap. See Davidson just up the road, but maintaining a little bit of a gap. Davidson currently about 47 seconds behind the leaders. He's losing a couple of tenths here and there, but they're not catching him crazy fast. He really needs these guys to fight and wreck each other. And of course, the 4 others don't want that to happen. 46 of 80 down. 10 car or more laying out the back. Davidson's gap shrinking heavily now. We're going to go to a crank it up session. Turn it up, enjoy the music that these engines make, and I'll be back to Colin in just a moment. Caution! Just as I go to a crank it up session, the 5 of Hilker takes big damage. He gets the car righted, though. It will make it back to pit road. More are going to come down for repairs as well.
Checking up in turns 1 and 2.
Let's see how bad that happened and how bad he hit and what started all of this. Right here is going to be the move that makes this happen. More in the 10 car. He's going to try to look low on the 5 car. Right here you can see the 10 dropping down to that yellow line. He wants the low line, but Hilker wants to throw the block. Hilker's been throwing these blocks pretty much all day, and this one finally bites him as he doesn't get down quite in time. That's going to send the 5 car through the grass. And watch what happens here. This is where things get scary. Let's go to TV3 and watch this from the other angle. Whoops. Actually, I want TV1, I think. Yep, here's where it gets scary. As that 5 car looks like it's going to come back up into traffic, but they just get it gathered up. And then, of course, the 5 car are going to take a big front end hit there. Luckily, not enough to blow that engine.
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
That was close. Moore gets caught up to the field here.
He's giving that Mustang the beans.
All right. That is lap 49 in the books. Let's see who comes down for service at pit road. Davidson, of course, going to stay out. I believe he will be the lucky dog candidate. We'll watch these drivers come down. Yep, there goes Davidson. He gets his lap back. He will be back into the race. Let's watch these cars take their pit stops and see what happens. 15 car, going to take 4 tires. The other 2 look like gas only. Interesting. Yes, 13 car, fuel only. 5 car going to come down. I'm guessing he is getting damage repaired. The other 2 cars down and away. I don't want pit line. Oh no. Why did Derek Hilker's engine just blow up? No. Why did that happen? Rear chase. Did he end up having to tow that? I thought he drove it back to pit road. He did.
Did Derek just blow his engine?
It sure sounded like it. I don't know why, though. He hasn't used a fast repair yet. I don't know what happened.
No way.
Davidson going to come down for his stop. Yeah, his car wasn't that bad. He drove it back to pit road. I don't know why he didn't check the... He must not have checked the fast repair button or something. Of course, as it sits on pit road right now, the car doesn't look all that damaged. A little bit of right front or left front, damage, but nothing major. Car looks healthy. I don't know what happened. TV2. Alright, well, that was unexpected. Let's watch the choose here. Hood gonna go high. Romano gonna go low. Alright. 10 car, 15 inside, 13 outside.
I have an EOL for running close to this again.
Oh, there goes Derek. Alright, well, Derek's back in the race.
So I guess I'm the lead car now.
No, I believe that still goes to Cameron on the inside since he's on the inside row.
This is rigged.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I will turn you into the pit wall.
Yeah, since Brian had the EOL and it dropped him back, that moves Cameron up a row into the control car position. Does that leave Derek Hilker
I'm fine
back
with
down?
yeah.
Hilker going to stay. Is he on the same lap? Nope, Hilker will be one lap down now. He will have to try to get that back.
Hold on, my screen's broken.
Oh no. Davidson with a technical problem.
I need
there.
a black flag cleared.
Had to wait till everybody's over the line. Sorry for the delay.
I think Derek might need a black flag as well because I went, my screen froze.
No current penalties on the board. Everybody's clear.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I'll put Davidson out on his lonesome again as his screen blacks out now. As I said, iRacing, a technical game. Very difficult on your PC. Sometimes these things happen. 3-car race for the lead now. That 5-car 1 lap down. And Davidson on the lead lap, but far back out of the pack. Both drivers need a yellow. All right. 15-car Romano, 10 of Moore, 5 of Hilker, and the 13 of Hood. 5-car, of course, not a part of this mix. He is 1 lap behind everybody else. But all 4 cars kind of spread out, actually, at the moment. First time we've seen this all race. Nobody getting aggressive, nobody being stupid. Everybody just trying to take it easy and cruise for a few laps. Probably need a break after all that chaos. Well, I say that. Oh no! Caution is out! Caution is out! Caution is out! Big wreck! Big wreck! Big wreck! 10 or more destroyed. Rear of that car in heavy, heavy damage. Pace car waiting to pick the field up here. That will give Derek Hilker his lap back. Brian Moore and Zach Davidson will now have a chance to get their damage repaired. Davidson, of course, the victim of a blackout there in the restart area. as the Ford Mustang FR 500S pace car pulls out to collect our leaders.
Checking up in turn 1.
Can I just say that was perfect timing for the wreck, because that'll put Hilker back on the lead lap and get Davidson caught up to the pack after his blackout. That's going to basically reset us so we have 5 cars on the lead lap again. That was perfect timing. Sorry it had to come at your expense, Brian.
But wait, did Derek make contact with him?
No, Derek's a lap down from the wreck last time. He's one lap behind everybody right now. He should have Lucky Dog.
No, if there's a car that's a lap down that was involved in an incident that brought out the yellow, they don't get the Lucky Dog.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, so never mind. That'll just get Davidson caught up. He won't be able to get his lap back. I forgot about that. Well, it was almost perfect. Hilker will remain 1 lap down then, unless for some reason the sim deems him not at fault for that one. I highly doubt it. I mean, we have the power to issue a wave. This is true. Gary's in the Twitch chat. He does bring up a good point. We do have the power to issue a wave around if you guys want to get Derek back on the lead lap.
You know what? We might as well.
Only 5 cars. I don't see any. Why not? Any objections? Anybody else?
That's crap! No, I don't think so.
I feel like a protest from Brian's coming, but do it.
Go on by, Derek. All right, that'll put everybody back on the lead lap.
That's what you get for being best friends with NASCAR.
Well, if it was a bigger race of 20 or 30 cars, we'd have to be more sticklers on this. But with only 5 cars, you know, we're trying to keep this fun and friendly still. So might as well get him back on the lead lap. Otherwise, it's only a 4-car race instead of 5. It's already small enough. May as well have some fun with it. This would fall in our suggested rule change of letting people get wave arounds, you know, or basically manually waving around. If there's no wave around rule or whatever, and fields under, you know, 8 or 9 cars or whatever that we were talking about. As Hilker continues to lap the circuit. Romano, your leader. Moore going to be running 4th now. Hood 2nd, Davidson 3rd. Everybody now on lap 56, all 5 drivers. Yep, I agree, Gary. I think that's I like the rule for that. That keeps our small races fun and friendly, and, you know, goodwill kind of thing. But in our bigger races where we have 10 or 15 cars, you know, it'll be a, hey, tough luck kind of thing, because then that Lucky Dog will more than likely go to the next car back. I think that's how that works. Hilker going to come down pit road this time by. Probably give him an EOL, but he'll be there anyways, so no harm, no foul. Might as well. Choosing this time by. Choosing this time by. 15 low. 13 high. 19 high. 10 low. Hilker going to be on the low line. Coming down to pit road. Get that 5 car filled up with gas. That feels a little better. Got my neck to pop and feels a lot better. That's nice. Oh, always feels good when you're watching a race. Get your neck to crack loose a little bit. That's always feels good. All right. Watch our drivers come through turn 3 as we get the field stacked back up and ready for the restart. Restart coming at you. 33 to go at the line this time by. Excuse me, 23. 23 at the go this time by. My math is not mathing. It's late on a Saturday night. My brain is not doing subtraction like that. Lights are out on the Mustang FR 500S pace car. 15 of Romano, your leader currently. 13 of Hood on his outside. 10 of Moore inside row 2. 19 of Davidson inside row 3. And the 5 car of Hilker now back on the lead lap after that whole deal. He's tail end of the field, but with only 5 cars, that's not going to be too long to see the 5 car probably back up towards the front. Soji Sakata, math major. You are so far wrong, it's not even funny. Whoa! What the? 15 Romano blows a motor.
What happened?
What the heck?
I missed the shift.
Should I throw a caution for that? I don't think I should. I don't know.
Caution.
Wait until I start towing. Okay, throw it. Never mind, it still makes the towing time 4 minutes.
Well, you have 4 minutes to make sure you have your fast repair box checked. Moore going to come down pit road. Well, it's closed. Okay. Not sure what his game is there, but take advantage of it, I guess. 15 Romano misses a shift. That brings us back under caution. Blew the motor going into turn 2. You do not see that very often. The fact that you missed a shift, Cameron, I have to assume means you're using an actual shifter, or did you just pull the wrong paddle? All right, well, maybe we'll never know. So bizarre. 10 or more off of pit road. Did he take tires? He might have taken tires there. He does. More, 4 tires. Full tank of fuel.
Yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I'm using an actual shifter. I must have had the gears not linked up to each gear correctly, I guess. I don't know.
The old money shift, I was wondering. Also, Chris, I know your car says Home Depot, and I know they do sell lawnmowers, but that's not a good enough correlation. That's not... Grass is bad, bud.
Listen, okay, it looked a little high. I had to mow it, had to, warm up the tires, all that good stuff.
Well, don't forget to sharpen your blades.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 of Hilker, fake out. He stays out on the track. 10 of Mora, of course, going to as well, as he's fresh off the pit road.
On the words of Great Peanut,
1-800 Chris Hood Lawn Care Services, 1-800 no cuts. All right, let's get back to the pit road camera here. Pit lane. We'll watch the 19 down and away. 13 down and away. I think both of those guys took 4 tires there. And we're going to go to TV2 again. Let's catch up with our leaders. Romano's almost got to be done towing by now, I would have to think. See how much longer it takes him here. He had 4 minutes of towing. Can't be too much more time. This is going to be a very big hurt for the 15 car on the points. have to see. Hopefully he can get a wave around or two here at the next caution. He's only going to be a couple down. I think he said 4-minute tow. Yeah, he's got fast repairs, though. He hasn't burned a fast repair yet tonight. So it'll just be the 4-minute tow. Chris Hood out in the grass again. Oh my goodness. Always a good laugh. You never know what to expect with these guys. What are you doing? Hey, there he is. Romano back alive and ticking. Unfortunately, that will put him 1 lap down, it looks like, after all this is said and done. No, that'll put him 2. He's 2 laps. Yep, because they'll be coming across to 61 now, and he will be... No, he'll be coming across 60, catching the thing, so he'll only be 1 lap down. Out of all that, I can see Chris getting DQ'd from one of the 1X off tracks. Being that there was only 5 cars tonight, Gary, we have turned incident points off. No incident limit tonight. 5 cars. You know, with only 2 fast repairs, you're gonna get wrecked before you get DQ'd. So we didn't worry about it.
What's the incident count again?
Our incident points have no limits, right?
Oh, fair.
Right here, though. Incident count penalties, none. Incident count DQ limit, no limit. I know you set the race, and that's the way you set it up, my guy. So, I don't know. I'm just going off of what you set. Quit your jibber jabber, says Derek Hilker, as he goes down into the grass. What? Bunch of goofballs. Results. Somehow, despite 4 minutes of towing, Cameron is only 1 lap down. That's amazing. I said, too bad I didn't have the limit set.
Well, see, the odd occurrence is if you're 1 lap down...
Oh, I missed that first message, Gary.
To wreck Brian to get your lap back apparently.
All right, Davidson, the only taker on the high line now. This race has slowed down a fair bit. Pace lights are off on the Mustang 500 FR500S pace car. It hangs the left turn onto pit road. 5 car of Hilker, your control car. He's away. 13 of Hood in tow. 19 of Davidson. Wait for him. He's probably going to drop down in behind. 10 car or more are going to try to catch the draft. The 15 of Romano going to do the same again. Sure, 15 of Romano slowed off the restart here. Not sure what's going on there. Probably trying to stay out of the wreck in case they get together again. Wow, big move from the 13 of Hood. Hood a little bit skittish on that back stretch. Not sure why he's moving around quite so much, but definitely not being shy. 13 going to try to look. Whoa! 5 car throws the block. 13 thought he was going to look for a minute, but thought better of it. 19 getting a toe up towards the front. Uh-oh. Easy, boys. Davidson going to look low. 5 throws the block. 13 on the top, but he's all on his own. Is the 10 going to go with him, or is he going to stay low? 13 trying to catch the side draft. 3 cars right with each other here. This could get tangled up fast. Ooh, good save. I thought that was going to be a wreck right there. Man, that was close. 5 car still stays to the point. 13 still stuck on the high side. 5 car drifts up, throws the block, gets the 13 to back out of it. Loses the run. 13's going to go all the way to the back of the field now. Save the 15 car, of course. 15 car not too far behind, but definitely not a factor now. 19 of Davidson, 5 of Hilker. Have to see who decides to get aggressive. 13 of Hood. Probably get, yep, there he drops down behind the 10. Brings us air. This feels a little bit like the days of the COT with the 2-car freight trains that they used to run. Got 2 pairs of 2 out there. 5 and 19, 10 and 13. The 2 end numbers and the 2 middle numbers. As they all catch each other's draft and stack back up again. 13 with a wheel down on the apron. 10 does the same. Guys not shy about pushing the track limits down there on that yellow line. Does not seem to bother them to venture down below there every now and then, especially in the trioval. 19 says, I'm bored, decides to pull out and make a run down the outside. Davidson drops back to the low side. Moore now on the high side, getting the push from the 13. Drops in again, hangs the 13 out. 13, does he have enough room to slot in? Just barely. Gets it done. 13 now third. Although 5-car, wow, pushing aggressively. 15-car falling further and further behind now. 65 laps, 66 now on the books. 14 remain. Romano going to need a caution to get caught up here now. No way for him to get back in this one without a yellow. Ooh, Hood. Big bounce up the track. Davidson on the point. Moore second. Hood third. Hilker fourth. Bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper. Davidson still working that low line. Moore trying to catch up to him, give him the push. Davidson out to one of those little 1-car runs. As I've said before, that is not a good place to be because you're a sitting duck when the guys get the draft wound up and rolling again. 19 tries to throw the block. 13 goes low to avoid wrecking him. 19 going to lose all his momentum. He's going to have to try to slot in. Does he have the room? Moore closes the gap before he can get there. 5-car of Hilker working. They're 3 wide coming out of 2. My goodness, you don't want to see that at Daytona. These cars, especially at bumpy Daytona, these cars don't have the grip for that. You guys are going to have to decide who wants to go where and quick, because this isn't going to last for long. Holy smokes. Hilker finally has to relent on that outside line. With no help, he had nowhere else to go. Oh, they're still trying to go 3 wide. Are you kidding me? Staggered. What a cool look coming across the line. 3 wide in the back now. Boys, you're going to have to settle this one because that you keep doing this stuff and you are going to wreck some race cars. My goodness. 13 of Hood comes out on top of that mix. 4 cars under the proverbial blanket. Yeah, that's about as much under a blanket as you can be. Those cars right against each other. Not a half a second between them. Maybe not even a couple of tenths. That was like right up against each other. Davidson now running third. He wants to try to get back to the point. He's going to look around the outside. 5-car abandons him. Doesn't go with him. He needed some help out there to make that one work. He's not going to get it. That's going to cost him. Oh, and here goes Hilker up the middle. He's going to try to make it 3 wide again. And he's going to do it. 4th to 2nd in 1 move. What a move by the 5-car.
Stop teasing me and just wreck already.
Never avoid the ultimate.
Says Cameron Romano running around in the back. Romano desperate for a crash here to get back into the mix of this race. 69 laps on the books, 11 to go. He's running out of time for it to happen. 13 of Hood, weaving and wagging, trying to keep that 5-car at bay. 5-car going to keep trying to fight and find a way around. Moore wanted to look low, could not get there in time. 5-car down onto the apron. Whoa! Here it goes! Big wreck in the back. 5-car, 10-car destroyed. 5-car in particular, front end of that car absolutely killed. Could not get to the button fast enough to see that wreck. Let's go back and watch it happen in slow motion. 5 car gets down on the apron, slows him up a little bit, and right there you can see the left rear of the 5 car pickup. Thought they might have had it saved, and the 10 car with nowhere to go. 5 car, big damage. 10 car going to have some minor body work to do after that one as well. Somebody call and get the short track speed wrenches out. That 10 car is going to need some assistance. 5 car going to have a meatball here for sure. Cameron, be careful coming up on Derek. That right front on his car is completely wiped out.
Noted, 10-4.
Hilker going to try to limp that thing around. Easy, Derek, easy. Derek a little bit frustrated, I do believe, there. He will have to limp that number 5 machine down to pit road to get it patched up. Cameron, you did get lucky dog there, right?
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure it worked. So Romano does get lucky dog approval. 5 car will bring what's left of that wounded Monte Carlo down pit road. Had to set it to 1 fast repair. This evening I added a second, tell the others to bow down to me for that. Oh, more fakes. Davidson fakes. No takers on pit road except for the wounded machine.
Thank you, Gary.
Hilker.
Thank you.
Everybody else, I think, is watching stream, Gary, so they should know. Hilker might not be. I don't think he's got it on, but I think everybody else does. I know all 3 of the others have been in here. Well, Davidson hasn't, but he's usually tuned in. Did he get that thing fixed? Pit road, pit lane. Uh-oh. Did he not take a fast repair? Chris Hood in the grass again. Here comes Romano getting his lap back. Cool chrome paint job on that vehicle tonight. How's Romano going to bring that thing down pit road? Chris Hood going out into the grass again. They can all bow down and call me God. You'll have to talk to him about that one, Gary. Does Derek not have any fast repairs left? He might not. Interesting. TV2. Chris's fault. I'm done. Ah, that'll be the end of the night for Derek Hilker. That sucks. Hate to see it. This isn't what people meant by touch grass. Well, sorry to see the night end for Derek Hilker. That's a rough break. Unfortunately, that is the nature of super speedway racing. He's been in a lot of mixing tonight. He's been throwing a lot of aggressive blocks, and unfortunately, a couple of those have bit him now. So, it's not the way you like to see a night end, but unfortunately, it does happen sometimes. So, this will be a 4-car, 10-lap shootout now, basically. Might actually be a little less. By the time we go green again. 13 low, 10 low, 19 high, 15 will be low. And that'll retire the 5-car from the race. He will be scored in 5th. Unfortunate end of the night for Hilker. Is he going to catch the field in time? Yeah, he's going to get there, but just barely. Oh. Oh, no, they're 1 and 2. He's fine. I'm done. Yeah, I saw that, Derek. Rough break, man. Hate to see it, but unfortunately that does occur sometimes. You had a good run, but I know you had a couple of blocks that ended up going south on you there. That's and that one wasn't even really your fault. You were just both of you going for the same real estate, and you got down onto that apron just enough to lift your rear. Chris's fault? That looked more like it was you getting down onto the apron and Brian getting up into you because he had nowhere to go. I didn't see Chris getting involved in that one as much. Have to go, but I'll look at that at the end of the race. I want to see what you saw there. All right, Davidson all on his lonesome on the high lane here. Hood, Moore, and Romano. Bottom lane. Chris was blocking, he said. Oh, interesting. I'll have to go back and look. I mean, if he was... I mean, that's kind of the... You were blocking too, Derek. Pretty much all night you were throwing big blocks, so... I mean, that's the nature of super speedway racing, my friend. That's part of how it goes, I hate to say. You hate to see people get wrecked out, but it's the way it rolls sometimes. 13's going to fire off. 10 car got a good jump on him. 19. Yes, I'm not mad, though. The all caps was why I was thinking you were mad. All right, 19 falls back to the back of the pack. 73 out of 80. Hood, your leader. 10 of Moore, 15 of Romano, 19 of Davidson. Yeah, make the drama. All cars 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost in numerical order. Uh-oh, 13 went low line. Everybody else decided to go high. 13 going to lose first. He's going to lose second. Can he save third place and jump up in front of the 15? No, he can't. 15 does not give him the space. 15 is going to catch the draft. 13 from first to last in one straightaway. JK, please don't really do that. Yeah, no, we don't waste like that here. I know he was messing around. Ah, we know you're joking. You're good. Moore now your leader. 19 pushing. Romano back in it. He's in third. 13 of Davidson, or 13 of, Hood running fourth. He's lying in waiting to wind up the momentum on that thing and give it another run. 74, 75 coming to the line this time by. Chris smartly decided to give up the spot. Yes, that was a smart decision not going for that gap. The 13 car did not have the space for it. 15 would have definitely got wrecked, and so would he. 10 car, your leader. 19 waiting for his moment. As somebody who is familiar with super speedway racing, I like the position the 15 and the 19 are in right now. I do not want to be where the 10 car is at the moment. Ooh, big serpentine. Big serpentine. 15's got a nose on the 19. 10 car trying to block them both, not blocking either of them. 15 gets it done on the 19, though. Second to third, or third to second. Hood waiting for somebody to jump low. Nobody did. Everybody's sticking 1, 2, 3 to each other. Davidson's going to try to look high, but with no help. He's going to get a side of the 15, but I don't think he's going to have the speed to get all the way around him unless that 13 can give him the push. Brian's a sitting duck. Cameron Sack and Chris at the catbird seat. I agree. The question is the only way this works for Brian is if the 3 in the back decide to fight amongst themselves so much that he can get a little bit of a run on them. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. 19 now gets it. Whoa! Big jump from the 13 car there. Holy mackerel. Woo! That was a big mix-up there. That could have been big. Wow-wee, what a save. I agree. 15 now to the point. 19 still running second. 13 third, and now the 10's all the way back to the back. And that's what we mean, but now the roles have shifted. Now Romano's the sitting duck. You almost don't want to be in the lead right now because all it takes is for your driver behind you to hang out to dry and everybody to go with him, and you're cooked. And I think we're about to see that happen again. Right there, a great example. Hood opts not to go with Davidson, and Moore opts not to go with Hood. 15 trying to block them both. 13's going to lose on this deal. 13 car now going to slide to the back. This will be the first CSC race with a new winner? Yes, it will. Xavier did win the 500 this year, and he is not here this evening, so this should get interesting for sure. 15-year leader, 19 of Davidson. He's going to look a little bit high. Is he going to go for it? He's got enough of a run, and he's got help in the form of the 10 car, who then bails on him. 10 car gives up on the 19. 19 down the backstretch. He's all on his lonesome. Uh-oh. Hold it together. 13 jumps high with the 19, but gets a piece of the wall. 10 car sticks with the 15. 2 by 2 they go. Top car's more organized. Bottom car's with the run, though. 19 drops low, hangs the 13 out again. Man, this is tight. 87's and Dega. Oh, yeah, this is right. This is pod racing? I know. These guys are awesome. 78 to go. 2 laps to go. This time by. Romano still your leader. 19 trying to find a way past him. Oh, don't want the race car. 13 and 10 trying to sit and wait. They're running out of time if they want to make a move. Don't be surprised to see some last lap fireworks here. 1.5 times around, and they're going to be finished. Big push to the 19 by the 13. Both of them drop a little below the yellow there. 15 doing a great job blocking. Everybody jostling for position. 19's going to get stuck on the high side, and nobody's going to go with him. That might just end the 19's run unless he can get one heck of a tow. 13 to 10. 19's going to fall in. He's now at the back of the pack. 1 to go. White flag is out here at Daytona. 15 Romano. Can he pull it off? Your points leader currently in this series. 13 Hood wants a win. So does Moore, and so does Davidson. 13 right to the bumper of the 15. The 10 car. 19's going to try to get a big run coming down the backstretch. Can he do anything with it from back there? I don't think he's got enough time. I think it's going to be down to these 3 drivers in the front. Uh-oh. There we go. Into 3 they go. 15, 13, 10, 19. 13 trying to push. No doubt he's going to look low as he can on the exit. Goes to the high side. Crossover. Contact. Can they hold it? At the line. Oh, my God. Everybody wrecks. Who gets it? Romano.
No fucking way.
Romano gets it sideways.
Oh, look at that, you motherfucker.
Look at the finish. How close was the gap on that one? Gets sideways and still gets to the line first. Oh, man. What a finish. Woo! Chris Hood second.
Penalty on the 13 car.
That was awesome. Oh, my goodness. Let's pull Cameron Romano into the booth here. I got to get him on that one. That was awesome to watch. Oh, he's not in chat. I almost forgot. Since you're not in VC, Cameron Romano, you have won the CSC Racing League Gen 4 at Daytona. How much did you think did you think you'd lost that at the end there when you got turned? Because you finished sideways and actually crossed rear bumper first. Did you think you'd lost it?
Yeah, I thought it was game over at that point.
Hood was super aggressive there at the end. I know Chris was really going for it. He just misses out. I'm looking at the margin of victory right now. You got that by .037 of a second. I knew it was going to come close, but did you think it was going to come down to that close racing at the end?
Give me like 2 seconds.
Fair enough. We'll give him a moment. In the meantime, let's get a picture for Gary here for the, what is it, F12, I think? F11? F12?
Got you.
Hey, there you are. Welcome in.
So, yeah, I thought once Chris spun me out, I thought it was game over at that point, and Chris would have gotten another win. Holy crap, I can't believe I just won that race sideways.
I know, that was why. I'm trying to get a good picture of it right now.
Man, I'll say this: that blocking, especially with me, that was master class.
I agree. You were pushing good, but ended up backfiring on you at the end. But yes, Cameron, that was awesome to watch. You were almost out of it, and then just barely got there in time. I'm trying to pull it up on stream right now so we can get a good on car here. Whoops, I want fixed. I'm trying to figure out how to take a picture here because I got to get this. I mean, that was just awesome to watch.
And how fitting is it that I'm driving a Michael Waltrip paint scheme and I want a bumpy Daytona?
I know, right? That is very, very appropriate. I have to agree. That was absolutely awesome. Oops. There it is. That's what I wanted. Man, that was just awesome to watch. Congratulations on that win. I've got it pulled up on screen right now if you want to see the finish, the way you got to the line.
I got to see it.
I've got it pulled up right now.
Oh my god.
That is an awesome. That's going to be that is totally. I'm actually going to use my clipping tool right now. I'm going to get. That's why I was trying kind of being quiet there for a minute because I'm like, I wanted to get that.
Oh my god.
That is awesome to watch. All right, I'm going to save that real quick here.
Holy shit.
That's amazing.
Oh my
to watch.
god.
I'm putting that in my background folder. CSC Gen 4 Daytona. That was awesome to watch. I'll have to send that to Gary a little later on, but that is your finishing right there. That's how you got to the line. That was an awesome way to end that. That's so cool to see. I thought you had lost it. I really thought Chris got it there for just a split second. But you had just enough momentum, even going sideways, to make it to the finish. Oh man, that was. It's like camper. Hey!
Freekofnature 38 cheered 100. I see there is no green car on there. I feel attacked.
Hey, you were too far back to be in the thumbnail. I'm sorry. Good racing though, Zach. And Derek is in the chat. He says, Chris is on the top of my hit list now. Lol. Chris says, good race. Oh, man, Cameron, that was a fun one to watch. You were a lap down there towards the end. You almost weren't even in the position to win this one. But you extend your points lead over Hilker, who has a rough night to finish. How much does that help you in the championship hunt next week at Homestead in the trucks?
It definitely helps out a lot. You know, jumping back up to the points lead. After what happened yesterday in the Street Stock Series, we just needed something to kind of bounce back on. And I'm so happy that it's the second to last race of the season, and I just got the win. Qualified on pole, that helped me out a lot as well. Just, you know, it helps me, or no, sorry, it puts a little bit less pressure on me for next week, knowing that I have those extra points in my pocket, but still, anything can happen.
Oh, yeah, you certainly haven't locked it up yet. Let's take a look at the points lead, actually. You now have a points lead over Hilker of 14. So certainly not anything that can't be surmounted, but definitely gives you a little more breathing room than that one single point from last week.
Yes. So, you know,
the
way I always say it is, an arrow is shot by being pulled back. So if it feels like life is pulling you back, it just means you're about to get launched into something great.
And you definitely went from back to front there, because your first, I know last night you finished dead last. Tonight you go all the way to the other side of the board and you take the win. So congratulations, well earned. I'm going to go pull Chris in here as well and get his second place views on that. I want to see if he thought he'd won that at the line there for a moment, or if he thought he had it.
Yeah, bring him in here. I want to hear his reaction.
All right, I'm going to pull him over real quick. That's going to end his stream on that, so I apologize there. But Chris Hood, you're in the booth with Soji and Cameron. Did you think you had won that race after Cameron got turned, or did you know that he was still ahead of you when you crossed the line?
Listen, okay. Next time, I'm bringing the Chick Hicks paint scheme, okay? I feel I should have won that race. His ass crossed the line first. I'll give it to him. That's gold. Okay, that's amazing.
Yo, I was just
The
saying,
thumbnail's
like,
awesome, by the way.
like, ain't no way that just fucking happened.
That's good. That's good. I mean, you were blocking like a champ, dude. I could not get past you. It was really good.
So in the general chat, I'm posting this the photo, so you get to see it too, Chris. That is going to be the thumbnail for the video. That's how close it came down at the line.
That's fair.
Dude, here's the crazy. I got no damage from that. I didn't even hit the inside wall.
No, you kept it clean the whole time. You did really well with it, which was absolutely crazy that's how you got to the line.
I didn't even let off. I didn't even let off at all. I was still on the gas, and you still beat me.
I say,
first.
If you'd have let off, I would have been disappointed in you, Chris, because it's super speedway racing. I know it's a meme at this point, but yeah, you don't lift until you see God or a checkered flag once you enter the tri-oval at Daytona.
Dude, I was yelling at Brian. I was like, "Give me a push! I need a push!"
If Brian had pushed you, you might have made it. But with Brian going underneath on the low side to you there, and of course Zach was too far back to really be any kind of help to you from that position.
I mean, what was even more funny is, like, Brian, he didn't get there, but somehow I got a small little run when he barely went high, when Cameron barely went high, and I was able to go low. He chopped me at first, which just stalled all of my momentum until he went high again, and that's when I went low to try and turn his ass. It didn't work.
It did not. He managed to get there. The official margin of victory, by the way, 0.037 of a second. And Moore was only 0.087. So all three of our top finishers tonight were within 1/10 of a second of each other.
So does that make this the closest race finish in CSC history?
Yes, I do believe it does. I don't think Daytona Gen 6 for the 500 was this close. So that was an awesome race to watch. These cars are a blast. You guys were serpentining, weaving in and out. That was awesome to watch. That was so much fun.
We're making a show for you.
You really were. I was calling my heart out there for the first half of that. I mean, you guys were giving me something to work for. That was incredible. Who joined? It's Gary. Hello, Gary. Welcome in. You're live in the booth right now, so you know.
That's what you get, Gary, because you didn't set the permissions right. Yeah, that's what you get.
Oh, man. All right. Well, good job, gentlemen. I am probably going to go ahead and hop off of here and call the stream, and I'll meet you guys back in the VC here in a minute. But I just wanted to talk to both of you and get some post-race interviews because, man, that was a chaotic one all night.
Power.
I would say Chris Hood's car tonight must have been, it's orange, so it must have been sponsored by Husqvarna lawnmowers as much time as he spent in the grass.
Listen, call me if you ever need your fuck. Yeah, fuck. Okay, get me out of here. Yeah, my stuttering issue's coming back.
All right, have a good night. Cameron, I'll send you off to the group chat as well. Good racing, congratulations.
Wait, hold on. Before you go, I just got one thing to say.
Okay.
You know, here's the deal. I'm the best there's ever been. You know, if you ain't first or last, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
All right, Ricky, Bobby, go back to the chat. Good race, congratulations. Oh, man. These guys always good for a good laugh. Oh, my goodness. He posted it in the... That's great. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it. If you want to join in on these fun races, we obviously have a great time laughing and carrying on, as well as the racing. Whoa, hey. What happened here? Somebody else join in? Oh, if they did, they're gone again. Okay. Well, either way. Oh, did they leave a chat? Oh. All right. I'm going to leave that call. But yes, if you wish to join in on this racing that we do, then in the chat is your Discord link. That links you into the CSC Racing League Discord, where you are able to keep up to date on both the Cup Series and the Short Track Leagues. If you're looking for low drama, good fun racing between friends, we all race hard, but we all still, stay friends, have a good time, have a good laugh, then you found the right place to be. If you're looking to be toxic, go somewhere else. But we would love to have you if you're looking to have some fun and, enjoy some good hard racing. And with that being said, we are down to our final weekend of racing content in Season 1 of the CSC Racing League. Next week, Friday night, will be the Short Track Championship race at Martinsville. It'll be the street stocks on the paperclip. And it will be for all of the marbles in the Street Stock League. So make sure you tune into that one Friday night next weekend. 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard is when we will go live. And then, of course, the CSC Cup Series race will wind out its season as well, with the championship race in the Craftsman Truck Series at Homestead, Miami. So we wanted to make sure our last race was something that was both competitive and skill-based. Some of these are a little bit more for the fun and the gimmick than they are. There's still good, hard competition, but we don't want our championship race to be, Indy cars or something like that. We are an oval league, so it's fun to run them once, but we wanted to make sure we had something like the trucks or the ARCA or Xfinity or something deciding this. We didn't want it to be a super speedway and etc. We wanted it to be a little bit more skill focused. So definitely make sure you tune in for those. 9:15 Eastern, Friday and Saturday night next week. Wind out the season here with us, and let's go into the holiday season crowning a couple of new champions before we start setting up for Season 2, hopefully in the early part of the new year. So, thank you all for watching. I've been your host, Soji. We will catch you all next week for the finale championship races in both series. Stay safe. I know it's snowing a lot here in the north, so if you're in the snow, make sure you stay safe, stay warm. If you're in the south, come get me and take me down there. I'm tired of the snow. And we will see you all next week. Have a great night.